Hey there everybody, it's me, and the time has come, well the time has almost arrived for the Mass Effect playthrough to start, and it's time to decide what class I'm going to play. So that's what we're going to do today. I also wanted to show you this cool little screen when you make a character, because
Welcome to Alliance Military Database.
I don't know if I'm going to...
Classified information requested.
Shh, I'm talking. I don't know if I'm going to get to it when I actually play the game. It's a pretty cool little little thing. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's the point. That's the point I was trying to make. Is that it's pretty cool?
Secure connection.
We're establishing secure connections confirmed. Excellent. So we're gonna enter a new ID. So the first thing that you guys are gonna decide is, will I play a male shepherd or a female shepherd? It's not much of a difference really. Basically the voice actor. And I guess romance options, but other than that, there's not too much that it affects. Now Jennifer Hale does the female shepherd, and I actually like her performance a little better throughout all the games, personally. But I mean, I don't care. I mean, Mark Mear's fine. He does have some moments. He does the funny lines better. I gotta say, I gotta admit.
Please log in to access your profile.
But we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead to the classes. I'm gonna read them out for you. We're gonna take a vote. Sort of.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
There's really not any cool little things like that in the other games.
Confirm pre-service history.
Alright, this thing. So this is something else, but I'm gonna pick this myself because I'm actually gonna get really nerdy and like write a backstory for this shepherd. So yeah, but basically you can pick, you know, where he's from, you know, either a spacer, colonist, earthborn, blah blah blah.
Psychological
and then there's another choice. And these things, they come into play a little bit, mostly in the first game, but after that they really don't matter all that much anymore.
Confirm military specialization.
So here are the classes. Classes are divided between combat, tech, and biotics, which is we're just gonna call it space magic for now because that's the easiest way to explain it without actually getting into it, which we will get into it in the actual game. And then there's the 3 hybrids of each. So we'll start out with Soldier. Soldiers are combat specialists, ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers get improved health, can train in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to use medium armor, and get specialized in heavy armor. So the only class in this game that can use heavy armor, basically they're just weapon classes. That's really all you get, is you could just use any weapon. I gotta admit, Soldier's not really my favorite class throughout all the games. They're the baseline. They're a good starting class if you're just playing the game for the first time. They're a really good class to start out with. In the other games, they get Adrenaline Rush, which is like bullet time basically, and they get some things like grenades, I guess. You can give them a bonus power if you have that stuff unlocked, which makes them a little more interesting. To me, they're a little bit dull, but I mean, they're just like every other cover shooter out there. So, you know. Engineer. Engineers are tech specialists. Using the holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only use light armor and can only receive weapons training with pistols. So engineers are the tech class, and in this game that basically means they get like the decryption skill, I think is the main one, where you can use that to like open these locks that you can only open if you have the decryption skill. But you can have squad mates specialize in that. The bonus is if you're an engineer, then you could just do that yourself, and you don't have to worry about that. They're mostly like they're really good at stripping enemy defenses like shields and stuff, and up against the Geth, which are the AI enemies, the robots, the automatons. They're really strong against them because they can like hack them and just like zap them with their magical zappy powers. They're pretty cool. I've played an engineer before. Actually, engineer and Vanguard are the only 2 classes I've actually played this game with, like to completion. So I'm a little biased. I like engineers. They're pretty fun in the later games. They get the combat drone as their special ability, which is basically just like a little ball of fun that zaps people. It's like zzz. It's basically like a little meat shield made of holograms. Anyway, let's move on. Adepts. Adepts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, when disable enemy... Let me start over. Shield the squad and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only use light armor and can only receive weapon training with pistols. So they're the full biotic class of the game, Adepts. They're really good at crowd control. They get a lot of like lifting and throwing and ragdolling abilities. Not so much on damage. I think the only damage skill you actually get is warp, which is a pretty damn good skill. I mean, don't get me wrong. But it's all about using like singularity and lift to just ragdoll all the enemies, ragdoll all the things, and then you hit them with warp, and then you can like you can have beefier squad mates who just kill things for you. I haven't played it as an adept in this game, but supposedly they're pretty good. Singularity and lift are pretty overpowered in this game. They are. They balance out a little bit as the games go on, but again, I've never really played as them, so I don't really know. Infiltrator. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are talented in the use of Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can use pistols or sniper rifles and medium armor. So they're the combat / tech class, the Infiltrators. They also get decryption, which is pretty useful, as I've already talked about the engineer thing. So they're really good at stripping defenses, and then they have the sniping ability. Personally, I feel like they're a little bit underpowered in this game. Mostly because when you start off with a sniper rifle, you have to actually like spec into using sniper rifles for it to not suck. And I really just personally don't like sniping all that much. Later on, they get, in 2 and 3, they get Tactical Cloak, which makes them like invisible for a short time and gives them a damage boost, which makes them... and you don't have to like spec into sniper rifles to use them, so I don't know. They get a little better later on. But they're not my favorite class, but there's nothing wrong with them. And if you want to see me play an Infiltrator, I will most definitely play an Infiltrator. I got no problems with that. Sentinel. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They're more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only use light armor and receive no advanced weapon training. So I've never ever actually made a Sentinel ever in any of the games. I have like 0 experience with Sentinel really. Later on, they're kind of the jack of all trades kind of classes where they're going with that. In this, I think they have decryption as well. They're really good at... I don't remember exactly what skills they get in this one. They're healers. They're like... I don't know how to explain Sentinels. They're the jack of all trades, but they can only use pistols. That's the best way to put it, I guess. I really don't have any experience with them. Damn, I just realized I've never made a fucking Sentinel. And Vanguard, my personal favorite class. I love the Vanguards. I'm not trying to tip the scales here and influence the votes, but I'm just saying if there's no clear winner, if like it's like 3 people who vote and they each vote for a different thing, I'm just gonna play Vanguard then. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents, and are especially deadly at short range. They use pistols and shotguns, and can specialize in medium armor. So they're a cross between combat and biotics. It's all about, well, at least the way I played in this game. It's all about, you know, you get Barrier, which is a biotic ability that makes you a bit tougher. You can absorb a lot more damage. And you also get like Adrenaline something, which resets your abilities. And you use that in conjunction with like Barrier, and you get a few like lift and throws to disrupt enemies, and you just wait in there with your shotgun and get as close as you can and just blast people away. In 2 and 3, they get Biotic Charge, which is the single most entertaining fucking ability in the game. I love Biotic Charge. I just like playing Vanguards in the other games because it's so much more exciting. They're the one class that you can really... You don't have to play the other games as a cover shooter with them. There are certain times where you have to take cover, but for the most part, you're like, cover? I'm a fucking Vanguard. I don't need cover. And it's great. Again, not trying to influence votes or anything, just saying. You should probably vote against Vanguard, though. Anyway, I'm not going to be changing classes throughout the games. You have the option at the start of 2 and 3 to change. But whatever I pick here is just going to be the class that I play all the way through. So, Leave a comment below. You want to see male shepherd or female shepherd, and also which class of the 6 classes that you would like to see. And then that's what I'll do. So it's up to you guys.